The date is September 15th. It is a Sunday. And so for this week's video, I wanted to talk about recovery and the general idea of just getting back into it, whatever it is, whether it be your routines and your day to day, your workouts, your job, your business, after you've been sick or injured, because it's something that everybody experiences, but it's something that I've experienced in this past week. Actually, right after I filmed my last video last Sunday, I basically got the West Nile virus after going to Mexico about 2 weekends ago. I started experiencing the symptoms, which I'm not gonna get it into in too much detail. Um, but yeah, I looked at the symptoms. I was working at the time, and I just started feeling not great, and the symptoms pretty much matched identically to what was like reported on the internet. And so it's been a struggle just to maintain like my routine throughout the week when it comes to workout stuff, running, um, just my job, maintaining relationships and stuff. Um, so this is something that's applicable to any degree of injury or sickness. And it applies not just to your work, but to your exercise routines, like I said before. So I'm just going to mention a few of the things that I think has helped me in the past week, and some of the surprising kind of benefits to getting sick if it's, you know, if the likelihood of recovery is pretty high within like relatively short time horizon. Um, because being sick sucks. The aching, the headaches, the bowel, the undesirable bowel movements sometimes. Um, so yeah, but a reframing kind of that I had that I've kind of recognized after I've somewhat almost fully recovered by the end of the week is that it's kind of like a reset. It forces you, for one, to be grateful um, for the health that you had prior to it. You don't recognize how much you desire and are just how much we take our health for granted. And every time you're sick, it's like a reset of gratitude in that way. But it's also kind of a reset in your habits because you're forced to take care of yourself in that time horizon. I had to set realistic expectations for what I can actually do, how much I can actually exert on any given day. I only worked out about 2 or 3 times this week, as opposed to the typical 5 to 6 that I usually do. And in those workouts, they were relatively light. So I set realistic expectations, and those expectations were low. And this obviously depends on the sickness or injury that you have, but it's a very important component, I think. Um, and it also forced me to be more conscious on that week of my nutrition, and the food that I'm ingesting every day, making sure that there's like very little processed sugar, um, because it just suppresses your immunity. Um, and thirdly, and arguably the most important, it made me just prioritize sleep. Um, there's just so much benefit to sleep. It's unbelievable, and everyone knows this. um, when it comes to just you produce your hormones, like production of androgens and growth hormone for in the context of exercise, um, for muscle recovery, and for the connections of neurons for things that you've learned on any given week or day, and also in the activation of your immune system. All of that happens during your sleep cycles, your various sleep cycles, and if you don't prioritize that, you're just going to prolong your sickness. Um, so yeah, so I noticed just in this given week, I've kind of recentered or rehabituated those habits or those priorities when it comes to nutrition, sleep, and just setting realistic expectations. And in that last part, you get better with it when you just know yourself more. And I've gotten sick enough times to know myself more and to know what my maximum capacity is at any given day. Um, so yeah, um, this video is a little disjointed, but the main kind of lesson, I guess, or the main idea I'm trying to convey is that uh, prioritizing these three things, setting realistic expectations, prioritizing your nutrition, and making sure you get enough sleep every night. Doing those things are vital for if you want to get back into your work and business and training. Um, but also, when you're experiencing this sickness or injury, try to it sucks for everybody, but try to perceive it as a resetting of your capacity for gratitude, and a resetting for your habituation, for your habits, your positive habits, because that's what it's been like for me. And the last thing is just to push through. Don't give up. Obviously, if it's a serious injury, contact the necessary, health people. Um, whether that be your doctor or urgent care or emergency, do that. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for this week's video. Let me know, for anyone that wants to comment, how your recovery routine usually goes and what helps you get through it once you are recovered. That's pretty much it. I appreciate whoever watches, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right.